Hey everybody, CVH here, and today we'll be taking Midrange Archer to the ladder. As you can see on screen, we have Turquoise Link's build. I'll link his Legends deck submission page in the description in case you want to read a little bit of what he has to say about it, but it's been a while since I've given this deck some time on the channel. Pretty excited to see if it can still perform at high legend. This is a very strong build, like I said, by Turquoise Link. This seems to be like one of the more generic builds, and a very popular build as of late. If you're seeing Midrange Archer on the ladder, chances are it's going to be playing quite a few of these card choices. So let's see what we can play against and take some wins, hopefully. But just some notable things about the deck. Obviously, like I said, I'll be linking Link's page for it below. He goes a little bit more in detail, but some things that you'll probably see very commonly in these decks right now include Belligerent Giant, the Goblin Skulk Curse package, Murkwater Shaman in addition to that as another curse effect. Those curse effects are very powerful, enabling this deck, along with cards like Skaven and Rapid Shot, which are pretty constant in all of the versions, to take back the board, especially against other fast decks. For example, this might be aggro Battlemage, so having these early creatures and these early ping effects is very powerful for us. Starting with Curse in your hand is not ideal, obviously, but hey, gotta work with what you got. And we have a Thieves Guild, which is nice. The rest of our hand, our entire hand is really good against aggro Battlemage if we happen to be up against it. But Merrick Battlemages seem to be more popular in my recent experience, at least. Either way, Thieves Guild totally fine. Reducing Tazcad, not bad. That's not a bad draw off the Thieves Guild. By
the 8th, they will meet their maker.
Now, I heard Tazcad used to cost 8. Man, it's a shame we didn't have a... Well, in one way it's a shame, right? Because we obviously got a really sick reduction right there. But in another way, it's also kind of a shame we didn't have the Skulk turn 1, because we could double curse that Daggerfall, and that would be also not bad. What else can we do? We can clear the Daggerfall if we want. We could curse it down, Skaven, and then trade our 1/1 Thieves Guild into the Daggerfall. I think I'd rather just play Skulk in the right. I think that's probably what's going to happen. He's going to get his little tome. If he rings into the tome immediately, he won't be dealing with the Skulk. Of course, then we'd be able to Earthbone Spinner and get some value there. I'm okay just trying to get the Skulk off. And I don't think we need to preemptively curse that down. I don't really think it does too much for us here. Besides, save our Thieves Guild, which clearly already got value. We'll see if he has an answer or he was simply searching for an answer.
My arrow shall fly true.
Has an answer. Sharpshooter Scout, huh? There's a chance I misread the deck, right? Sharpshooter's not usually seen in Merrick. It's more common to see Daggerfall and aggro Battlemage than it is to see Sharpshooter in Merrick. So I am liking the Earthbone Spinner on the Daggerfall, I think. So Sharpshooter is really the questionable card here, and we don't exactly know what he's playing. It'd be nice to save, Curse Leaf Lurker is obviously a very potent combo, but it's less so against an aggro deck. We have Skaven for whenever. I don't think we need that right now. Although, if we wanted, we could Skaven the right, curse the Sharpshooter Scout. No, that doesn't make any sense. Well, get a Skaven the right, hold the curse, next turn curse Leaf Lurker the Daggerfall. That doesn't make any sense either. I don't know. Nothing is super great here. I think I'm simply going to do this and save the Curse Leaf Lurker. And if he goes for Tome on the 1/1, then I can just Earthbone Spinner and get a free kill there. Not like a free kill. I wish I knew exactly what kind of Battlemage I was up against. It's a little questionable still. I mean, I think we're good. We have 7-cost Tazcad in our hand. It's a pretty good card. Got the Loot. I didn't even realize that was the name of that effect. I've been playing this game for 7 months. Did they patch that in sometime over the last 7 months? When Thieves Guild reduces the card, or the cost of a card that costs 7 or more. It's called Got the Loot. Well, I got the loot in my hand. It's a reasonable Earthbone. I think.
Shall take you.
It's not a bad time for Blood Dragon either. I feel like Tome is kind of a weak play if he is an aggro deck. And I feel like Blood Dragon is pretty hard to answer as Merrick. That's just one man's opinion. But I think we're just going to play the Blood Dragon. And hold the curse. We still have the Curse Leaf Flicker combo. Elena can deal with the standalone threat, which is actually pretty good in this matchup if he has Belligerent Giant. That's one of the large punching things that, when you're not playing Lightning Bolt, can just sort of get in for 7 after stealing the tempo. Fortunately, not a thing we have to worry about this turn, because he's only at 6 potential Magicka if he uses the ring. Isn't this the most gigantic water bottle you've ever seen? Look at this thing. Alright, Harpy's fine, I guess. He's dealing some damage.
My arrows shall fly true.
Alright. He's getting another tome for sure. How defensive do we want to be? We can Cliff Racer in the left on the 3/3, I guess, just to block the most damage possible. Don't really care if he rewards and gets another tome. Cliff Racer the left. Simply curse the 2/1. I mean, we're punching face for 2. I think this is fine.
I'll kill you where you stand.
I do want to try to remove a lot of damage. The Sharpshooter isn't the most effective card against me, and I guess he knows that because he's using it to get his extra Tome of Alteration value out of the Daggerfall Mage. You have Tazcad going somewhere, likely next turn. Blood Dragon's still a threat. He needs to have another Shackle or Belligerent Giant. Hoping it's not Belligerent, because that's probably the only way I don't Tazcad, is if I have to get rid of that before it deals 7 to me. But Elena's not bad at dealing with Belligerent Giant, like we've mentioned. Just wouldn't be my ideal use of the turn. What else could he do? Yeah, I really don't have too much information yet. We know he likes playing Tome of Alteration. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of a weak play, honestly. It's a fine trade, but it's kind of a weak play. Wow, no further developments onto the board. So we could even just trade over it if we want to develop other things that aren't Tazcad. Because obviously we could use the breakthrough damage there. Tazcad's really powerful and not something he's expecting right now. And we have a straight-up answer to anything he could play with Elena, so I think we'll just Tazcad, save the health on the Blood Dragon. Because both of these threats will get really difficult to deal with at that point. We punch for a solid 10 that turn. So not far off of killing him. We have the Silence, we have the Finish Off and Leaf Lurker if we have any activators. I mean, the Earthbone Spare technically can activate them. Elena can just straight up do the job better, though, for starters, unless we draw a Curse or another Rapid Shot or something. So things are looking good, I think. He's drawn a lot of cards, I mean, pretty full hand right there. But, you know, you can only play so much for 7 Magicka, and we have 2 of the most resilient cards in our deck on the board currently. Alright, so 2 Magicka versus Tazcad. Does he have a Harpy or something of the sort? Sentinel. Alright, we can get past that pretty easily. We can even just attack over it if we want. If we attack over, we could play double Murkwater Witch. If we just play Earthbone, we get another. We get 4 extra damage. Earthbone kind of becomes a Lightning Bolt on wheels, on a 3/2 wheel. You just used a Firebolt. I mean, I'm sure you can still kill this, but I think I can go for that pretty safely. We still get to develop the Murkwater Shaman. I'll put it over here to protect against Raiding Party. He could be playing that. There's really no reason not to develop all in this lane, I think. But I like the damage there. He still doesn't have a clean trade into the first half of Tazcad. Ice Storm would leave me with 4 damage, which is not bad. It's not lethal, but it's not bad against a deck that's presumably not going to be able to heal at all at any point in this game.
Careful there, friend.
And the Shaman, of course, gives us another activator for one of these cards in our hand.
By the 8th, they will meet their makers.
Looks like he's potentially just dead, though.
It has been an engaging hunt. It has been an engaging hunt.
Should probably do this first. Cycle, see if we can get more cool Gatekeeper, because it would guarantee it. We don't, but it's fine, I think. It's hard to come back from this one. He has Sharpshooter Scout, but I still think this is a higher value card, so I'm going to not play around Sharpshooter and play around Lightning Bolt instead. The attack order might have been that and that, to play around Sharpshooter, but like we kind of want our thing too. I don't know, it's interesting. Alright, so what's the best way to do this? We can curse that for free, or we could curse that, I don't know. We could theoretically clear this, this, and this. We only have 1 damage to face, unfortunately. Do we even want to use this now? I'd like to play around Ice Storm, but I can't really.
The forest is more clever.
I mean, as long as one thing sticks, we're probably fine, right? So I think it's okay to save the Elena here and not full clear. Deny another tome. We don't want to give him another draw step if he needs to find an answer.
Close ranks. Let nothing through.
Too bad we didn't draw that last turn. But if he relies on it to guard, he's dead because of the Elena.
Follow me, men.
Could have another Firebolt here. Yeah. That almost got scary there for a minute there, but we kind of had control the entire game. This deck typically has a lot of threats that Merrick won't always be able to deal with, such as Blood Dragon. So let's queue up another game and see if we can also reduce Tazcad on turn 2 to 7 Magicka. I feel like that just sort of set us off on a good foot for the video, and definitely the game. But yeah, what I said about the nerf to Tazcad. Back in the day, Tazcad used to cost 8. For those of you who weren't playing back then in open beta, it was nerfed. Back in the day, Ungolem was a 2/1, Tazcad was an 8 cost, Werebat and House Kinsman both had 3 health for the other same. Everything else in the card was the same. Green was crazy. You guys think blue's good right now? I had nothing on old school green. Murkwater Savage cost 2, was still a 2/2. Man, those were just the days. And I think the old school mid-range archer in that meta was about as close to a tier 0 deck as any deck ever actually came in this game. Alright, up against a mage. Control Mage more popular, we should be pretty good against it.
Greetings.
Cards like Blood Dragon, again, not super easy to answer early. These guilds gonna give us a little bit of early pressure while cycling. Reeve doesn't get lightning bolted, I am a fan. So we can play another Thieves Guild next turn and start ringing out some threats. Ah man, too bad we didn't draw that off the Belligerent Giant. Maybe we'll draw one off the Belligerent Giant. I mean, then we'll kind of have a lot of Belligerent. Maybe we'll draw one off the Thieves Guild, I mean. That thing. Skaven. Not a high impact card in this matchup. But, at the worst, it is an activator for the finish off and Leaf Lurker package.
Let's do
Or I could just kill that if we really wanted to, but I don't think we do. Missed. Not bad. So I'm going to play Reeve in the right, because he could have another Firebolt, and of course, if I play Reeve in the right against a 4 Magic and Mage, not much of anything should be able to deal with it, sans a Harpy, and that is a temporary solution. Lightning Bolt requires a Firebolt to go along with it, Piercing Javelin just simply costs too much. Harpy does get the job done for a turn. Why is everyone... Oh, jeez. If you guys don't remember, Black Folly is a pretty popular Control Mage streamer. This fills my heart with joy, man. It does. Alright, so he's probably going to kill that next turn. If I Skaven to try to deny, like Lightning Bolt, then I put my guy in Lightning Bolt range, so it makes 0 sense. I'm gonna go face here, and simply ring out something else that he's gonna have to deal with. Could have Leaf Lurkered that, but we have the Skaven, and this seems like probably the best Skaven value we can get next turn. Leaf Lurker is a higher value card to hold. I'll respond to that after the video. I'm not just gonna ignore. But I don't want to have like the chat pop up in the middle of the video. Yeah. I don't know if he's like mad about people smorking, or he's happy about it because I keep breaking unnecessary runes. It's questionable. Leaves a lot to the imagination, that message. Javelin. Bolts. Alright, that's better for me, I think. I think that's better for me. And I think we're gonna go face here because we can actually get some Skaven value. If we attack the if we attack the Cunning Ally, then we put ourselves in bolt range. Use Leaf Lurker for almost no reason. Face! No Jav. Jav would have been really bad there. Split the lanes in case he's playing Immolating Blast, then we guarantee the Blood Dragon survival. And we lose one of our 2 lowest value cards on board. Execute. It's fine. If that's all he has, man. If that's all he has. This guy's not smorking. Last guy wasn't really smorking either. Well, kinda. A little bit. But it was appropriate levels of smork, I think. God. Speaking of inappropriate levels of smork, before I drew the Blood Dragon, I kinda just wanted to like silence my own Blood Dragon and go face, instead of just killing that with the Earthbone. But, crisis averted. We'll play our own Blood Dragon. We'll play this one in the left, because if he plays Immolating Blast now, we don't have the guaranteed loss of a Blood Dragon. 50-50 time, well, 50% of the time we actually keep keep both of the Blood Dragons and lose the Skaven. Of course, Dawn's Wrath's also a consideration, but that's not a consideration this turn. He's at 7 Magicka and it costs 8. Gonna take another sip of my giant water bottle. Tome in the main deck, I like it. It's actually kind of hard to drink. Another execute. He found some value, and we have double Blood Dragon, and nothing to Leaf Lurker, Earthbone, or Belligerent Giant, so we're probably going to be floating some Magicka. And in reality, I'm probably going to be playing Cutburst and Leaf Lurker, even if I don't get the value. So playing around Jav, I think that's more important than playing around Bolt here. Just want to keep this one alive at all costs, because it does get Ice Stormed. It's another card he could be holding. Camlorn Sentinel. Calling it. Because that's what I want to see. Oh, jeez. Never lucky, man. The odds were in favor of the Jav over the Bolt. But sometimes you just don't get lucky. But that's fine, because, you know, if we commit to Leaf Lurker and Cutburst now, we can spread the lanes evenly again. And if he has Ice Storm, it just makes it a much worse Ice Storm. He's going to have a third Harpy to deal with that, as a matter of fact.
The forest, they make it too easy.
I'm relatively okay with it. If he Dawn's Wrath, we have a minimum of 5 damage next turn. Interesting order.
By the 8, they will meet their maker.
5 off of killing them. I like it. Again, playing around any of the 3 Javs over the 3rd copy of Lightning Bolt. This is just gonna go face. Oh my god. Don't do this to me, game. Statistically correct. Alright. Alright. I can live with that one. Alright, so if he attacks with the Daggerfall Mage, he gets a Tome, and he has 5 more damage to clear my Blood Dragon, so I think I probably Belligerent Giant. Yeah. Can't do anything else really with it, but it is unfortunate that's going to take a trade too, but I think it's still Belligerent Giant on the Daggerfall Mage. Obviously, if we Belligerent Giant that, he's going to get to draw another card basically for free. Could be a little difficult to close if this gets 3rd Lightning Bolted. Well, let's find out. Saving grace here is he can't Manticore me. Getting him to 5 would have been super nice, because then, you know, basically anything is lethal. You know, this or this. Blood Dragon would have represented lethal by itself, and with no Manticore available, this turn would have been a really good position to be in. But we're still in a reasonably good spot. And we have, like, Jarls to fall back on and stuff if we happen to not be able to win quickly. We could just draw them eventually. He's GGing me. I think we probably win.
The battle is
Got him.
yours.
Feels good, man. This is why people are smorking. This is it. So hopefully you all enjoyed a brief look into some mid-range Archer. Been a while since I've played it on the channel. It's actually one of the first competitive decks I ever played, so it was nice to revisit it. Feel free to leave a like, comment, whatever you feel like commenting in the comments, join the conversation, let me know what you think you'd like to see on the channel in the future. Stay subscribed for more strategy content, follow the stream down below for daily Legend streams, and I will see you guys, gotta open the rewards, right? We'll see you guys next time.